Hello everyone, the Bearded Thumb here. How you doing today? I got something a little different planned for today. As you can see here, I recently bought a bearded dragon. His name is Vegas. And today I'm going to be talking about a couple different feeding options for them that you can compare. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this review and talking about a couple of different popular products. Okay, so the two products I have here today are Zoo Med's Kennel Worms and Zoo Med's Kennel Crickets. Both are alternatives to feeding your reptile live insects, such as live worms or crickets. And the reason why I have always personally chosen to use these while I've had pet reptiles is just because I don't like the idea of keeping live crickets around if they get out and get through the house or whatever. Just something I don't want to deal with. And with the mealworms, if you either lose them in the tank or you leave the container they're in out of the refrigerator, because keeping them refrigerated when they're alive kind of keeps them like in a hibernative state. Otherwise, they end up turning these big, ugly-ass beetles, and it just becomes a disaster. So, can't really use them. The lizards I've had have never really taken to them. I've used both of these with luck, but there are some disclaimers to them. When I used to have both a leopard gecko and a Bahamian anole, I used to use the Kennel Crickets. And with my bearded dragon, I started recently using the Kennel Worms because it came with the 40-gallon starter tank I had bought, which was all Zoo Med brand. So let's open these up and see what they have to offer. Ordinarily, these would come with a pop top that you have to peel off, but since both of these have been open, you're not going to see me open that off of them. I'm actually going to do the mealworms first because the Kennel Crickets smells disgusting, and I'm not looking forward to opening that. So, this is the Kennel Worms. Not much of a smell to it. I have a beer bottle cap here to help you see the size comparison of the worms you get. So, as you can see there, decent size. Works well for my bearded dragon, which I've had now for about 3 weeks. He is gotten bigger, but I mean, it's still a good size for him. And he can eat a lot of these fuckers, so I definitely am happy that they have a very generous amount in there. They are full worms. I like that. There's no awful smell to them. And he seems to like them. Plus, I like using the worms for him because I can hold them in the tongue and kind of shake them around and make it easier to move. Because unlike my Bahamian anole and the gecko, which I can just drop the crickets on the fake shrubbery or one of their hides, and they would eat it eventually. The bearded dragon seems to need visual stimulus of them actually moving or something moving before he eats it. So that works better for me, and I will show you in a minute now as I switch over to the Kennel Crickets. Like I said, the Kennel Crickets, if you have a sensitivity to bad smells, and definitely do not do these because it has a very disgusting, pungent smell. Yep, there it is. Oh, God. Whew. Okay, and my problem with these is they tend to clump up. Right now, look in there. It doesn't even look like crickets, really. But, I mean, they're clumped up all together. And it doesn't even really look like crickets. It looks like cricket pieces. I don't know how well you could see that, but it does not, if you know what a cricket looks like, it does really not look like a cricket. This one's a little better. It's, yeah, I mean, it's just it doesn't really look like a cricket, so maybe that's why the bearded dragon isn't a big fan of it, whereas with the previous animals I had, I guess they kind of noticed that this thing that was sitting on either their hides or their plants was edible, And here it is, the size comparison. So I mean, I would say maybe if you got like a really, really small lizard, start them off with these and then move up to the mealworms as they get older. But, I mean, once again, if you cannot stand really bad smells, the candle crickets is definitely not for you. So I'm honestly going to be getting rid of these because I had initially bought the candle crickets. As soon as I bought the lizard, I bought them off Amazon. I got a 3-packet. It was only like $12 or something, not bad at all. But with the free can of worms I had, because he was not taking the crickets at all, he had no desire to try those. I mean, he just ignored the hell out of them. And the can of worms, he eats those things. I mean, he absolutely loves them. So I have since ordered the can of worms instead. And the can of crickets, I'm probably just going to end up giving away to someone. Because, I mean, I have no use for them. And they're just taking up precious room that I could be storing beer in my fridge. Which, anyone who hasn't watched my channel before, I do beer reviews. And that's where I had the beer bottle cap from. It's not just some random garbage I happen to have laying around. But that's going to bring us to the end of this video. It was just a really quick summary of these two products from my personal point of view. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notifications of future uploads. You can also follow me on Facebook. Link to the Facebook page is in the description down below. If you did not like this video, however, and feel no one should ever be subjected to watching this crap ever again, thumbs down, negative comment, and until next time, this has been the Bearded Thumb. Have a good one.